here. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is Times Now Live Wire and I'm Hina Gambhir. Viewers, Times Now told you first and it is official now. The Waqf Amendment Bill is indeed coming in this session of the Parliament only. The budget session, which has just 4 more days left. Tomorrow at noon. After the question hour, the Waqf Amendment Bill will be tabled in the Parliament. While the government has been calling it the much needed, the much awaited reform, opposition has been up in arms, calling it unconstitutional. The government in total has kept about 8 hours for a discussion on this bill. As per sources, the opposition wanted some 12 odd hours for the discussion. Government, however, is of the view that if the House feels, then the debate duration can be extended as well. The trailer of what can be expected tomorrow was seen during the BAC meeting, where the opposition MPs staged a walkout from the Business Advisory Committee meeting. As per the opposition, the government is bulldozing its agenda and is not listening to the members of the opposition. Union Minister Kiren Rijiju responded by saying that centre wants discussion and he can't really stop the opposition if it does not want to participate in the discussion. Listen in.
We had a Business Advisory Committee meeting for Lok Sabha. I had proposed before the committee that tomorrow on 2nd April, we are bringing the Waqf Amendment Bill. And for that, we have to allocate time for discussion. So finally, there was an agreement that the total time to be allocated for discussion on Waqf Amendment Bill would be 8 hours, extendable after taking the sense of the House.
So what has happened in BAC today?
Today, in the BAC meeting, the opposition parties have walked out in the middle of the BAC meeting in protest. Why? Because the government is simply bulldozing its agenda and not listening to the views of the opposition party. We have asked for a comprehensive discussion on the Waqf Amendment Act. Our views are not being listened to.
While the Bharatiya Janata Party and its allies call it transformative, the opposition calls it interference. Amid several cases of Waqf loot and Waqf kabza, BJP calls it much needed reform, while the Congress netas call it divisive, something that will promote extremism. Allies of the BJP like the Shiv Sena TDP are also expected to support the bill as they feel that it will benefit Muslim community. On the other hand, the Vipaksh is of the view that certain portions of the bill are against the constitution and might undermine the secular principles of the country. Listen into this reaction from UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi.
हर अच्छे कार्य का विरोध होता है। ऐसे ही वक्फ संशोधन विधेयक पर भी ये हो हल्ला हो रहा है। जो हो हल्ला कर रहे हैं इनसे पूछना चाहता हूं कि इन्होंने कोई ऐसा काम वक्फ बोर्ड के माध्यम से किया हो जो वेलफेयर का हो। छोड़िए, सब समाज की बात छोड़िए, मुस्लिम समाज का ही कोई कल्याण किया हो उस प्रॉपर्टी का। ये व्यक्तिगत स्वार्थ का ये अड्डे बने हुए हैं। किसी भी सरकारी प्रॉपर्टी पर जबरन काबिज करने का एक माध्यम बना हुआ है और रिफॉर्म इस समय की मांग है और मुझे लगता है कि इसका लाभ मुस्लिम समाज को भी होगा और जिसके कारण बहुत बार कानून व्यवस्था के संकट खड़ा होता है उससे भी लोगों को मुक्ति मिलेगी।
ये वक्फ बिल नहीं है बल्कि ये वक्फ बर्बाद बिल है ये। और अगर चंद्रबाबू नायडू, नीतीश कुमार, चिराग पासवान, जयंत चौधरी इसकी तायीद करेंगे तो वो अपने पॉलिटिकल रीजंस की वजह से ये बात साबित हो जाएगी कि वो मुसलमानों की मस्जिदों को, दरगाहों को, खानखाहों को, इवैक्यू वक्फ प्रॉपर्टीज को और लिमिटेशन एक्ट अप्लाई करेंगे तो एनक्रोचर्स को रिवॉर्ड करेगी, तो वो उसकी ये सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। डज दिस मैन ही इज अ चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ अ लार्जेस्ट स्टेट ऑफ आवर इंडिया, हाउ इज अ प्रॉपर्टी डिक्लेयर्ड एज वक्फ? The property is declared as a waqf on the basis of the survey commissioner report. Now, is he saying that the gazette notification UP are all false, completely lying? These are all waqf properties which a gazette notification is issued by the state government.
Now, ahead of the tabling of the bill, the JPC chief slammed opposition for indulging in vote bank politics. He is hopeful that the bill will be passed after it is tabled in the parliament tomorrow. Listen in.
विरोध एक साजिश के तहत होगा। जब बिल कल आ रहा है तो अलविदा की नमाज जो इतना पवित्र महीना रमज़ान का होता है, लोग गॉड के नाम पे, अल्लाह के नाम पे 1 महीना उपवास करते हैं, रोज़ा रखते हैं, और उसमें आप काली पट्टी बांधने के लिए ऑल इंडिया मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड प्रेरित करें। और जिस तरह से पूरे देश में ऑल इंडिया मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड ने प्रवोक किया कि आप काली पट्टी बांध करके जाएं, मैंने वक्फ बोर्ड की रिपोर्ट प्रस्तुत की 428 पेज की। कोई क्लाज तो बताएं, कोई अमेंडमेंट बताएं जिसमें सरकार कहीं किसी वक्फ की प्रॉपर्टी को सरकार लेना चाहती है, लेकिन इसके बावजूद झूठ बोल रहे हैं।
Let's now go across to my colleague Mohit Bhatt joining us live for more on this story. Mohit, I want to understand you. What is the strategy of the opposition really ahead of the big day tomorrow in the Parliament? Because today in the Business Advisory Committee meeting, we saw opposition MPs staging a walkout. Even though some of the political parties in the opposition have agreed for taking part in this discussion tomorrow, but what is going to be their overall strategy? Because it seems that at least this is one issue that has once again united the Vipaksh.
Well, you see, in some time from now or late in the evening, we will have the top leaders of the opposition parties having a meeting and have a discussion on this particular issue. Because the government has been saying this, that they want to build a consensus, they want to have a discussion, and as you were also mentioning, that 8 hours have been allocated, though the opposition wanted some more time, but the government has stated that the time can be extended. The government also goes on to say that Waqf Amendment is need of the time, and the opposition party should point out specific clauses in the amendment bill that these are against the Muslims, because they have not gone. Government claims that the opposition parties have not gone even through the amendments that are being proposed, and just for the sake of fear-mongering, just for the sake of appeasement, just for the sake of their vote bank politics, they are coming out and they are making these issues. Now, when it comes to the BJP have their strategy clear. They have issued a 3-line whip to all their Lok Sabha MPs that they all should be present in the Parliament for tomorrow. Now, JDU's official statement has come in from the national spokesperson Rajiv Ranjan. Now, he has stated that during the time when the suggestions were being given to the JPC, many of the Muslim organizations came and met Nitish Kumar. They had certain apprehensions with the Waqf bill, and those apprehensions were being conveyed to the JPC, and the JDU said that they hope that these apprehensions are taken care in the Waqf Amendment Bill. Now, when it comes to the TDP, they have not come openly, and they have said that they will be coming out in support tomorrow. But yes, the BJP claims that NDA Parivar is on the same page when it comes to the Waqf Amendment Bill. Now, when it comes to the opposition, one strategy of the opposition is also they have been attacking TDP and JDU, the two most important allies of the BJP at the center, that what exactly is their stand on the issue of the Waqf Amendment. Because the Muslims in huge number, the opposition says, have voted for TDP in Andhra, for JDU in Bihar, and the elections are all set to take place in Bihar.
I'm just interrupting you there. We'll talk about JDU as well as other allies of the BJP within NDA in just a bit. We have some more updates coming in on this particular story. Still, we do not know, viewers, what is the stand of Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena. And now we have an update on that front. Uddhav Sena, viewers, is in a wait and watch mode, and Uddhav Sena can't make up its mind, it seems. In fact, again, another political party that is keeping its cards very, very close to its chest and trying to suggest that they will reveal their own cards after TDP's decision. Listen in to this first reaction coming in from Adityanath of Shiv Sena, the Uddhav Thackeray faction.
चंद्रबाबू नायडू साहब से कहिए, क्योंकि उन्होंने अब भी कहा था, पूछे उनसे, क्योंकि उन्होंने कहा था कि वक्फ को हम हाथ नहीं लगा देंगे। तो जिस भाजपा ने महाराष्ट्र में वक्फ के बारे में बहुत सारी बातें फैलाई थी, सारी फेक न्यूज थी, उसी भाजपा को पूछिए कि आप चंद्रबाबू नायडू साहब को पूछेंगे क्या कि उनका स्टैंड क्या है, नीतीश कुमार जी को पूछेंगे क्या क्या उनका स्टैंड क्या है। पहले उनका स्टैंड आने दीजिए, हम अपना स्टैंड बता। चंद्रबाबू नायडू साहब से कहिए, क्योंकि उन्होंने अब भी कहा था, पूछे उनसे, क्योंकि उन्होंने कहा था कि वक्फ को हम हाथ नहीं लगा देंगे। तो जिस भाजपा ने महाराष्ट्र में वक्फ के बारे में बहुत सारी बातें फैलाई थी, सारी फेक न्यूज थी, उसी भाजपा को पूछिए कि आप चंद्रबाबू नायडू साहब को पूछेंगे क्या कि उनका स्टैंड क्या है, नीतीश कुमार जी को पूछेंगे क्या क्या उनका स्टैंड क्या है। पहले उनका स्टैंड आने दीजिए, हम अपना स्टैंड बता देंगे।
Let's go back to my colleague Mohit Bhatt, who continues to be with us at this point in time. Mohit, it clearly seems like a dharm sankat for several political parties, and Sena, the Uddhav Thackeray faction, seems to be one of those political parties that still has not come out in the open as to whether that party is going to support the Waqf Amendment Bill tomorrow in Sansad or not. So far, the updates we got from this party was that they are unsure about it. But what do we make of this reaction coming in from Adityanath? Still not decided, or waiting for other partners of BJP in NDA to reveal their cards, and then Uddhav Thackeray and his party will decide?
Well, Hina, that is a very interesting reaction coming in from Aditya Thackeray. Now, we have to study a background a bit, because BJP and the Shinde Sena, which is actual Shiv Sena now, they have been saying this, that Uddhav Sena have deviated from the path of Bala Sahab Thackeray. They have been going into the Muslim appeasement. They do not talk about Hindutva anymore. So the situation is very dicey for the Uddhav Thackeray Sena, because if they take stand in opposition to the Waqf bill, then the BJP and the Shiv Sena will latch on to it and say that, look, the Uddhav Sena have completely deviated from the principles that have been set up by Bala Sahab Thackeray. They are not following the ideology of Hindutva, and they are into the Muslim appeasement, and perhaps that is why they have not taken a stand. Now, another important point, Hina, over here is that tomorrow we'll have to see that which all parties abstain from the voting. Now, if you go out, you do not vote in favor or against a bill, it's seen as that you are in a way supporting the government, because if you abstain from voting, you are just bringing down the numbers, and if the numbers are being brought down, it's always advantage of the party which has the maximum numbers inside the house.
Right.
So we have
Mohit, I'm just interrupting you there. Please stay on with us, because there are more reactions coming in on this particular story. Now we have a reaction coming in from the TDP as well. TDP, just like Sena, the Uddhav Thackeray faction, keeping the cards very, very close to its chest. In fact, here's a TDP leader who's saying that the party is waiting for the bill to be tabled, and then we'll see whether its concerns have been addressed or not, and then only the party is going to decide whether it will support the bill, support the BJP in this bill, or will abstain or will be against it. Let's listen into this reaction coming in from TDP's Prem Kumar Jain.
संभवतः कल पार्लियामेंट में पेश होने वाले वक्फ संशोधन बिल पे पूरे देश की नहीं, पूरे मुस्लिम समाज की निगाह भी जमी हुई है। लगभग 9 लाख एकड़ वक्फ बोर्ड की जमीन, जिसपे बहुत से लोगों ने इलीगल कब्जा भी बना रखा है, अगर संशोधन बिल द्वारा ये जमीनों पे कब्जा वापस लेके मुसलमानों के हित में अगर संशोधन बिल आता है, तो निसंदेह हमारी पार्टी उसका समर्थन भी करेगी।
Let's go across to my colleague Somit joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Somit, so even though TDP is an ally of the BJP in the NDA, its support to BJP, it seems, on Waqf Amendment Bill is not unconditional, really. It's going to see whether the key concerns have been addressed or not, and then only Mr. Chandrababu Naidu will decide whether to be with the BJP on this bill or perhaps to abstain from the voting.
Well, that's true. Actually, sources have confirmed us, and we have just heard, TDP leaders speaking on this issue, and, they are not revealing what exactly they'll be doing it, but they are saying that, we will be holding back ourselves for now, and, till the bill is tabled tomorrow. And once the bill is tabled tomorrow, they'll go through that bill, and then the party's high command will be taking a decision, key decision, whether to support the NDA, whether to support the BJP, the centre, on this Waqf Amendment Bill or not. So this decision will be taken tomorrow, is what we are given to understand. They are waiting for the bill to be tabled, is what even the leaders are claiming. At the same time, the internal discussion happened with the top TDP leaders, and they came to one of the conclusion, is what also we are given to understand, and sources also confirm that the final decision is awaited. But yes, they have discussed among themselves, the top leadership of the TDP. They spoke on different aspects, because even in the Andhra Pradesh recently, Waqf board has when it comes to the Waqf Amendment Bill, a protest was organized there. So even TDP was invited by the Khalid Saifullah Rahmani, who is the president of the AIMPLB. So we'll have to wait and see whether TDP will be supporting the NDA, the BJP, the centre, and whether they will be holding back themselves. So this will be clear tomorrow. But yes, the discussion was held, and they came to one of the conclusions, is what we are given to understand. Even sources have confirmed.
Thank you very much for the moment, for joining us with all your inputs on the story. Let's now quickly move on and tell our viewers about the strategy that we have as far as the Congress party is concerned. There is going to be an important meeting at 8 o'clock this evening, just hours before the bill is tabled in the Parliament tomorrow. Congress MPs in this meeting at 8 o'clock this evening, viewers, will be preparing a floor strategy. And for more on this, let me straight away go across to my colleague Rishabh joining us live right now. Rishabh, give us more details about this very important meeting of Congress MPs at 8 o'clock this evening.
Definitely. There are two important meetings that will take place this evening, and late this evening, as Mohit was also pointing out, at around 6 o'clock, India Bloc leaders will be sitting down together. The leadership of India Bloc, which will include Congress, NCP, Sharad Pawar faction, Uddhav Thackeray faction, and other parties, including TMC, SP, and others, all have been invited for this meeting to discuss what the India Bloc strategy would be. And at 8 p.m., what we are given to understand that there will be an internal meeting that will take place for Congress party to decide what the strategy on the floor would be. As the numbers are slated, JDU and TDP, they are keeping their cards very close. With them, around 293 is what the NDA numbers are looking like. 236 is what the opposition numbers are looking like. Intra-alliance and inter-alliance discussions are also going on. We heard Adityanath saying that let TDP and JDU first clarify on what their stand is, then ask us what our stand is. So there are many parties, and when it comes to, if we do the math, simple mathematics here, there are at least 35 votes here that we are talking, which are yet not clear whether they will vote in favor of Waqf Bill, against Waqf Bill, or stage a walkout from the Lok Sabha tomorrow. So a lot depends on the meetings that take place from here on. Sanjay Jha, National Working President of JDU, has met Home Minister Amit Shah in his chambers here in Parliament just an hour ago. And, the TDP, the JDU, the LJP, all of them are in hurdle about their strategy.
We can clearly say that a lot is at stake for almost every political party as far as Waqf Amendment Bill is concerned. That's why we are seeing hectic parlays ahead of this crucial tabling of the bill tomorrow. Rishabh, request you to stay on with us. In fact, we told our viewers firstly about a meeting at 8 o'clock this evening that's going to happen of Congress MPs, and we are now learning of a manthan of the INDIA bloc as well on Waqf Bill. As per top sources, there is going to be a meeting of the netas from the INDIA bloc, from representatives of political parties from the INDIA bloc at 6 o'clock this evening. For more on this, let me go across to Rishabh, who continues to be with us right now. Rishabh, so at 8 o'clock, a meeting of the Congress MPs to decide the floor strategy, but 2 hours before that, a meeting of the INDIA bloc, perhaps to decide whether or rather who will be speaking, and or is there some kind of a strategy of walkout that the opposition will have in case things don't go as per their plans?
Well, Hina, what we're given to understand that none of the opposition party is ready to walk out tomorrow. Be it Congress, be it TMC, be it, Samajwadi Party, they want to put forward the best foot on the floor of the House to ensure that their version of Waqf Bill is heard, documented, and put on record. Walking out would be giving the bill in platter to the government for passing, is what many senior leaders in India Bloc suggest. We spoke to a lot of them, from TMC to TDP, JDU as well. As of now, while TDP, JDU, LJP are non-committal toward this bill, whether they are supporting it or they're against this bill, the India Bloc is very clear. They are very clear, except Uddhav Thackeray faction, that they are against this bill. We have spoken to members from single-member parties as well, be it Chandrasekhar Azad, be it Hanuman Beniwal, or others as well. They are very categorically clear that we are going to oppose this bill. And when it comes to India Bloc, parties like Congress and Samajwadi Party have been very clear that our versions in JPC also were not agreed upon. We were cornered in JPC as well. On the floor of the House, we'll make sure that we corner the government. So it is going to be very, very interesting debate.
They are not planning any kind of a walkout, something that we saw at the BAC meeting today. That's what you're telling us, Rishabh. But of course, a debate is something that can be expected expected, which is going to be very, very crucial tomorrow in the Parliament. Rishabh, request you to stay on with us. You spoke about views of Samajwadi Party as well as Congress netas. Well, remember, viewers, they have been emphasizing that this is interference by the BJP and the objections raised by them were not considered by the JPC chief during the meetings as well. Listen in to these reactions from leaders of the opposition.
नहीं वक्फ बोर्ड के खिलाफ हैं हम लोग। इसलिए खिलाफ हैं क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी हर जगह हस्तक्षेप करना चाहती है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी हर जगह अपना कंट्रोल चाहती है।
वो चाहते हैं कुछ ऐसा लाएं जिसका विरोध हो, और जब विरोध हो तो रिएक्शन का काउंटर रिएक्शन हो। यही सोच के तो वो ला ही रहे हैं। वो किसके भले का कभी सोचना बीजेपी ने बहुत पहले छोड़ दिया है। जेपीसी में हमने अपना स्टैंड क्लियर कर दिया। हमारी पार्टी की पॉलिसी भी क्लियर है। हमने तो संशोधन इसीलिए लाए थे, हम वो परिवर्तन चाहते थे। जब पार्लियामेंट में आएगा तो हम वही परिवर्तन चाहते।
हम क्या मिसलीड कर रहे हैं साहब? आपने सारे के सारे प्रोविजन उसके अंदर खत्म कर दिए। आपने उसके कुप्रबंधन के सारे रास्ते खोल दिए। जो प्रॉपर्टीज वक्फ की थी उनको हड़पने की सारी तैयारी कर दी आपने उसके अंदर। हम क्या मिसलीड कर रहे हैं इसके अंदर, आप बताइए। जो एसआई प्रोटेक्टेड मोन्यूमेंट है उनकी आप मालकाना हक ले रहे हो। मस्जिद बनाई थी इबादत के लिए, आपने एसआई का नाम लेकर के हमें इबादत से भी रोक दिया। देखिए, बिशप काउंसिल को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। अभी ये हम पर हमला है, कल उन पर भी होना है, और ये हिंदुओं के ऊपर भी होना है, बड़े मंदिरों की प्रॉपर्टियों के ऊपर भी होना है। बचेगा कोई नहीं, बचेगा कोई नहीं। इनकी सब प्रॉपर्टियों के ऊपर नजर है, और खासतौर से साउथ के जो मंदिर हैं उन सब के ऊपर नजर है।
मैंने पहले ही कहा था, ये बिल जो है इसको हम जैसे लोगों को तस्लीम करना ज़रा मुश्किल है। इस बिल से ऐसा लगता है कि एक ही मजहब को निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। वक्फ को इस तरह निशाना बनाना ये अफसोस की बात है, क्योंकि ऐसा लगता है कि सिर्फ हमारा ही एक जो खैरात का सिलसिला है उसके खिलाफ कार्रवाई की जा रही है। बेहतर होता कि ना ही हो। अब पार्लियामेंट तक है, हम कभी इस बिल का जो है हम इसकी हिमायत कर नहीं सकते। हमारे जो मेंबर पार्लियामेंट हैं वो इसकी परजोर जो है मुखालफत करेंगे।
So while the opposition says that through this bill, the Waqf boards are being targeted, a specific community is being targeted, BJP netas on the other hand say that this is not anti-Muslim at all. In fact, this is going to benefit the community. Listen in.
नहीं, ये तो पहले ही टेबल हो चुका है, जेपीसी से वापस आया है। यहाँ तक फॉर्मेलिटी है वो तो अभी कभी चर्चा कब होता है मुझे पता नहीं है, लेकिन ये जो मिसलीड कर रहे हैं तो ये किसी का प्रॉपर्टी हम वापस लेने का बात नहीं किया है, इधर माइनॉरिटी और मेजॉरिटी का। तो ये मुस्लिम का प्रॉपर्टी या कम्युनिटी और किसी का भी प्रॉपर्टी वापस लेके अन्याय करने के लिए नहीं है, सिर्फ सबको न्याय देने के लिए है।
ये बिल एंटी मुस्लिम नहीं है, अपोजिशन एंटी मुस्लिम है। इनको मुसलमानों का फायदा करने की इनकी भूमिका बिल्कुल नहीं है। हमेशा हुटिंग के लिए उनको भड़काने का काम करते रहते हैं, एनडीए पर आरोप करते हैं, लेकिन एनडीए और माननीय मोदी जी की सरकार जो है ये तमाम मुसलमानों के फायदे के लिए ये बिल लाया गया है, और अपोजिशन वाले ही मुसलमान के विरोध में है, ऐसा उनके ऊपर मेरा आरोप है।
Now the Catholics Bishop Conference of India, CBCI, has also come out in support of the Waqf Amendment. It has said that especially families of Munambam, 600 families, are facing the situation where their ancestral properties, their properties have been grabbed by Waqf, and therefore has appealed to all the MPs of Kerala to vote for the Waqf Amendment, just like KCBC has. The question is that those who are trying to make it as majority versus minority issue, they have now been given a big blow by these two organizations. The question is that for how long will certain elements who are called the Bhadkao Bhaijan Committee keep inciting and spreading propaganda against the Waqf Act and create a sense of fear mongering.
ये वक्फ अमेंडमेंट बिल जो सरकार लाने जा रही है वो देश में मुसलमान समाज, क्रिश्चियन, दलित, वंचित, हर समाज और हर गरीब की आवाज है। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने तुष्टीकरण के नाम पर वक्फ बोर्ड के अंदर जो अमेंडमेंट करे थे वो अमेंडमेंट से इस देश के गरीब मुसलमान की प्रॉपर्टी को खतरा हुआ, इस देश के क्रिश्चियन समाज की प्रॉपर्टी को खतरा हुआ। तो आज न्याय और जस्टिस वर्सेस तुष्टीकरण की लड़ाई है। आज ग्राउंड पर हर समाज वक्फ अमेंडमेंट बिल का सपोर्ट कर रहा है। हम रिफॉर्म के साथ में हैं, ऑपोजिशन तुष्टीकरण और रिवोल्ट के साथ।
You heard what the BJP had to say. Now we have another reaction coming in from AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi, who has in a way issued an open warning for NDA allies JDU as well as TDP. He has said that both Nitish and Naidu's parties will have to face consequences if they happen to support the bill. He says, and I quote, "People will make them understand." Listen in.
ये बड़ा इमोशनल कनेक्ट है वक्फ का मैटर्स का मुस्लिम समाज से, क्योंकि ये हमारे लिए एक इबादत है। ये नमाज की तरह नहीं और इबादत है ये। अगर आप हमारी मस्जिदों को, दरगाहों को जो अल्लाह के नाम पे प्रॉपर्टी वक्फ कर दी गई है, उससे अगर आप हमको महरूम कर रहे हैं तो फिर जाहिर है ये तो हमारे लिए बड़ा इमोशनल और बड़ी तकलीफदेह बात रहेगी। तो ये समझ नहीं रहे हैं, ना नीतीश कुमार समझ रहे हैं, ना चंद्रबाबू नायडू समझ रहे हैं, ना चिराग पासवान समझ रहे हैं, ना जयंत चौधरी समझ रहे हैं। तो ठीक है, इनको जनता समझा देगी फिर।
Let's now go across to my colleague Somit joining us live right now for more on this. Somit, this is yet another reaction coming in from Asaduddin Owaisi, but this is something what he has now been saying, that the leaders who are also allies of the BJP in NDA will also have to answer to the Muslim community, people who voted for them in their respective states, and it's going to be a test for them.
Well, that's to see. When it comes to the Owaisi, he has been since beginning raising his voice against the centre, against the Waqf Amendment Bill, and at the same time he has questioned Nitish Kumar, Chandrababu Naidu several times, and he has been back to back saying that Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu, they'll have to come out and they'll have to clear their stance when it comes to this Waqf bill. So he has also questioned Chandrababu Naidu that several Muslims, minorities have voted for Chandrababu Naidu in the last elections, and he should make it clear whether he's supporting the Waqf bill or not. And also he has questioned Nitish Kumar that he should also make it clear that whether he'll be supporting Waqf bill or not. And when it comes to the TDP, they are saying that we are waiting for the Waqf bill to be tabled tomorrow, and once it is tabled tomorrow, then we will take the important, the key decision after the discussion is done with the top TDP leadership, whether to support the Waqf bill or not.
All right. Thank you very much, Somit, for the moment, for joining us with your inputs on this story. And ahead of that Waqf debate in the Parliament tomorrow, we have another important update. BJP has issued a 3-line whip to MPs. All the MPs in Rajya Sabha have been asked to be present on 3rd of April. That's the latest update coming in. Earlier, BJP had issued a whip to its MPs for Lok Sabha for tomorrow. Now a whip has been issued for the MPs in the Rajya Sabha for 3rd of April. With this, we will slip into a very, very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.